Shut up and sit down.
Enjoy.
We both kind of answered what our ideal world looks a little bit like. What is yours?
Yeah. So like for me, I'm getting a better understanding of it. I feel like my answer would have been radically different like a long time ago.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
And so today, even though it's more of the right answer, it's not the right answer because I cerebrally know the right answer, because like I've studied the right answer and I said, this is the right answer. And I'm telling that right answer to other people. Mm-hmm. I'm starting to actually believe the right answer.
Yeah.
That my hope actually is in eternal God. And so what's the ideal world? Mm-hmm. People dependent on that. Mm-hmm. People dependent on him. Mm-hmm. People not trying to succeed their way into goodness. People not trying to riches their way into goodness. People not trying to spouse their way into goodness. People not trying to relationship into goodness. Yes. If that, I'm obviously using a lot of like nouns and turning them into verbs and blah, blah, blah. But like, and so that's very true for myself too. In fact, like I feel like I'm gospeling myself right now. My hope isn't in this podcast, and like, but like, it's not like I don't want the podcast to do really well and people. Yeah. So like, why do I want the podcast to do well? Mm-hmm. I don't really care about the podcast. No. I really care that people all over the world would understand what God has done on their behalf. Mm-hmm. And then out of that, they would be so responsive, so freed. Yeah. To that they could love each other, and that they would be kind to one another, and that out of that space that they could have joy in the midst of tremendous turmoil.
Put your supportive beliefs into action by clicking all the clicky stuff. Lastly, gather with those around you and remind one another what Jesus has done, is doing, and will do.